Yo, what's up gamers? It's AbbyElise here and welcome back to another video on the channel. And today I wanted to talk about something that's completely conceptual. None of this is made yet, it's just all ideas. So if you were expecting something of this concept to actually be shown, then I'm sorry to disappoint. This is all just conceptualizing and giving out ideas on what a hybrid game of Bedwars and Skywars would look like and how it would play out. So the game's Bedwars and Skywars, they're similar and yet so different. Like, I'm pretty sure their main similarity is only just that they're in the sky and there's a void. Oh, and while you beat all the other players to win, that one too. Skywars maps tend to be more compact and small, while Bedwars maps are on a larger scale. So I was thinking, if you're gonna combine the two, might as well go somewhere in the middle or somewhere kinda close to a Skywars map scale. At first, I was just thinking very vaguely. I just brainstormed the idea of, wait, what if you add the bed system to Skywars? How would that work? But then I realized there's a lot of issues with that because in Skywars, you only have 3 chests full of one-time loot, well, unless you wait for a refill, and once you die, that's it. You only have 1 life in Skywars. So what would happen if you could respawn because you had a bed in Skywars? Well, it wouldn't really work, right? Because you die and you lose all your stuff. So what would you even do when you respawn? Wait for a refill or something? I feel like it would not really work out that well if you relied to wait on a refill. So what I came up with was basically you take the Bedwars shop where you can spend the collected resources you gain from generators on items, but then implement that into Skywars as well. So imagine this, you're starting a game, you drop down and begin to loot your chests. In those chests are pretty good gear, what you would probably see in a Skywars loot table. If you're playing insane mode, you'd probably find diamond armor, iron chestplate, stuff like that. In normal mode, there would probably be leather, gold, chainmail stuff. But along with those useful items, you can also get iron ingots and gold ingots, like how you would get them in Bedwars from standing in a generator. And you could use those resources in a shop. But I was thinking that instead of placing shops at each island, I want to make that shop portable. So there's probably gonna be one item that serves as your portable shop. So like example, you can right click it and boom, you have the shop, you can buy things there. And the things that you could buy, I'm not really sure about. Probably similar to Bedwars, but more balanced to how usual Skywars gameplay would work. So maybe you could buy iron gear if you're in insane mode. Maybe you could buy diamond gear, I'm not really sure. But by doing this, it really makes for a lot of different possibilities. Like example, you start a game, you loot your chests. Maybe you store your decent starting gear in the chests first. Take all the iron and gold you can, buy decent items to do your first rush. And if you notice that your first rush is using their starting gear from their chests, you could probably take advantage of this because if you kill them with their good gear, once they respawn, they'll have to still prepare backup items. That's only one of many scenarios that could happen with the concepts that I've been thinking of. There's a lot of potentials and strategy that could come out of this hybrid game of Bedwars and Skywars. That's why it's so exciting to think about, because Bedwars itself has a lot of game sense built into it and a bunch of strategies. Skywars also has a good amount of game sense, so combining the two would just make for a lot of possibilities. To recap, early game looks like this. You're gonna defend the bed with the things that you have. You're gonna loot your 3 chests on your island, each with varying loot and varying amounts of iron and gold. You're able to strategize with the limited resources that you have and attempt your first rush, or if you don't want a first rush, then I guess not. Alright, moving on to discussing the middle islands, because both Bedwars and Skywars have like this middle place that you could get really good stuff from. Well, in Bedwars you get emeralds, which you could use to buy really good stuff in the Bedwars shops. And in Skywars, mid-loot is really OP. You get good enchants on armor and all of that stuff. You could get ender pearls, gapples, and all of that. But I'm not not quite sure how it would work in this hybrid game. I would probably remove ender pearls from the loot table, or at least make them pretty rare to get from chests, and instead implement them like they were implemented into Bed Wars. You have to collect 4 emeralds to get a pearl. So similarly, like your starting island, the mid-loot chests would probably also contain emeralds. Depending on the map made, there would be different loot chances of emeralds. I didn't really sort that out. I'm so bad at balancing games and thinking more specifically into it. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention that it would probably be best if we removed bows from the loot table and make them an exclusively bought item like in Bed Wars. Oh, and also KB things. Preferably, I don't really want anyone to use KB things because oh my gosh, that's so annoying. Speaking of other utility items, I don't really know if fireballs would also be in this game and like bed bugs. Y'all could give your own input on that. So now that we talked about the middle portion with the OP loot and emeralds, I want to talk about diamonds. How can we take Bed Wars' diamonds and implement them into Skywars? Well, I was thinking, you know how Skywars has perks, which by the way are pretty broken, not gonna lie. They give quite an advantage. But you know, Skywars was never a balanced game to begin with, so back to what I was saying. I think diamonds could be linked to perks somehow. Like, example, a certain amount of diamonds would allow you to unlock this perk. Or like there's a menu of perks that you could see and how many diamonds it would take to unlock them. And just like Bed Wars upgrades, they would only last for that game. So unlike perks that just are activated every single Skywars game you're in this hybrid game, you don't start off with perks. You have to collect diamonds to unlock them. I don't really know what perks I would add that would be unlockable by diamonds. If Bulldozer were to be added, that would only be for solos mode, just like Skywars. And Bulldozer would probably take the most diamonds. Oh wait, I forgot to mention, diamonds will most probably just be found in the middle place as well. I'm not really sure if map designers would want to make diamond islands just with chests that have diamonds in it. I don't really know. That's why I think it would be more likely to have diamonds found in mid-loot as well, along with emeralds. Juggernaut would also be pretty useful because once you get a kill, you get regeneration. I can't really think from the top of my head right now what other useful Skywars kits there are because I am a really forgetful person. But if anyone wants to add to the idea of adding unlockable perks through diamonds and what those perks would be, just let me know in the comments. Alright, I think we're almost done discussing things here. Just a few more details to add. I think there's no need to have like a team system like red, yellow, green, like all of that. I don't really feel the need to. Things might get confusing, but I don't really know. Since Skywars doesn't really have color-coded things, I feel like you could make everything neutral, but I'm not sure. Also, I don't think enchanting, anvils, and crafting would be allowed in this hybrid game, but it would be cool if you could break blocks, because in Skywars you could break blocks, in Bed Wars you could not. I think in this hybrid game it would be interesting if you could break parts of the map, as long as the maps are designed in such a way that it would be balanced to allow the breaking of blocks. I think the chests should refill more often because in Skywars they only refill twice and it takes quite a while for a refill, so I think there should be more frequent refills, kind of similar to how Diamond and Emerald gens upgrade over time. Oh, and I almost forgot, should kits be implemented in this hybrid game? If possible, I would really love to see kits because kits are a pretty big aspect of Skywars and I would love to see it in a hybrid game. And again, it would add more strategy into the gameplay. People would probably have to come up with different kit ideas though, or some kits from Skywars would carry over to the hybrid game if they would work well enough with it, I guess. One more thing, so what happens if you still have a bed and you get killed? In Bed Wars, when you kill a player, you would get any resources that they have like iron, gold, diamonds, emeralds. I think they also dropped the blocks that they had. I'm actually not sure. I'm not a Bed Wars player. But on the other hand, when you kill a player in Skywars, they would drop all of their items. So which is it for this hybrid game? Well, I feel like it would be a bit unbalanced if you kill a player and you get everything that they had on them. So I would have to go with Bed Wars on this one. Just getting the resources that they have would be completely fine, and I think it's pretty balanced. Okay, I think that's enough rambling from me. That's basically all of the concepts that I have thought about for this hybrid game of Bed Wars and Skywars. I know nothing of making these mechanics in Minecraft, so there's no way I could make something like this on my own. So if anyone out there who's watching this video knows a thing or two about making cool things in Minecraft, maybe give this a shot. If there's like a team out there that is watching this video for some reason, that would be really cool if you could test things out. What do you guys think of my ideas? Would you do anything different? Do you have anything to add? I would really love to hear your input in the comment section down below. Again, all of these are just concepts. I really don't expect any of this to happen. It would be cool if Hypixel made it a thing though. I think the hardest part would be the name of this hybrid game because Bed Skywars sounds dumb. Sky Bed Wars also sounds dumb. Like, how the heck would you name this thing? You'd probably need to think of something completely different. Thank you guys so much for listening in. If you've made it this far, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed hearing my thoughts. I would also love to hear yours. Have a good day. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video whenever that comes out. Bye!